What's up, guys? This is Matt, that's Dan, and that's Opie over there, and you're watching Game Punch Weekly for the week of January 31st. And we're back for another week. Opie's got the robot from Lost in Space.
Opie's lost in space.
We're going to run through a quick few bits of news, then we're going to talk about the game we played, or games we played this week. So, Dan, what have you got for us this week?
Well, we played a lot of The Division this weekend. Even every article that had any relevance to me this weekend and last week was all related to The Division. So I think we should just talk about The Division.
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Every article I found was like, hey, Division extended. Hey, this is happening. Hey, this is happening with The Division. So, yeah. Let's just
The Division's game-breaking bugs,
Well,
even though it's a beta.
a couple of the articles was like, it's extended an extra day so more people could play, because part of another article was that not everybody that pre-ordered got to be in The Division due to the fact that it was overwhelmingly successful.
Yeah.
But apparently I got an email and I got back in. I got in the second time.
Nice. So they extended it 4 days just so other people might have a chance to get in there, or they increased their servers over the weekend so more can play at least tonight and tomorrow. So we'll see how that went.
I guess you could call this a special edition of Game Punch Weekly, because it's all about The Division. That's what consumed our weekend. That's what we've been waiting on for seemingly forever. It's all we've been reading about. Other stuff has happened in the gaming world, but we've been so focused on The Division this week. We're just gonna go with that.
XCOM 2 comes out tomorrow.
Right.
There's your news.
There you go.
Get like XCOM 1.
Actually, XCOM's a pretty popular game, so that's cool that it's coming out tomorrow.
I've never played XCOM. I've got it in Steam. I've never played it. So, The Division.
The Division.
Division, we finally got to play it. We have been waiting for this for so long. We finally got to play it.
One of my top 3 games of the year. I just had to say that I was
anticipated, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we played it all Friday night. We actually played for a long time Saturday afternoon, which is rare for me. Getting to play during the actual day, but that was kind of nice. Played Saturday night, played last night, which was Sunday night, the 31st. And so I think we all like it.
Yeah, I got 20 hours in the game. When you log in and look at your character, when I logged into this evening, it said 18 hours and 45 minutes already played.
Oh, does it tell you that in the game?
Yeah, as you select your character, it shows how many hours played on that character. And I have to admit, I didn't think I'd put 18 hours and 45 minutes on a character with only one mission available.
Right.
In the game. That's kind of a shocker. That just goes to show when the other 5 districts open up with this, that's at least 120 hours worth of content that I could probably pull out of it easily.
Yeah, jeez. So the beta was one mission, a handful of encounters and side missions, and then one area of the Dark Zone, which is the PvP area. And yeah, even that was enough for me to get several hours worth of enjoyment out of it.
We all play on PC, all got it on PC, and we can attest to it looks beautiful. It is a gorgeous looking game. There's debris and everything everywhere. You can jump from roof to roof. Like me and Obi were doing today.
Oh, wow.
Get your friend's free cable.
You cut in and out of apartment buildings. There's all kinds of
weather.
ways to go.
Don't forget about the weather.
The weather is gorgeous. But anyways.
So the biggest thing about this, if you watch videos, and if you're watching this video, you know what The Division is, but, it looks like a shooter. It's not a shooter. It's an RPG.
Yep.
With it, I was thinking about it. If Gears of War and Diablo 3 had a baby, if they got busy, if they got drunk at a party and accidentally had a kid, but they ended up growing to love it anyway.
Got a lot of noises coming out of that.
This would be the game, because it's loot crazy. You shoot mobs, and instead of headshotting them, you see numbers roll off. But it is cover
Borderlands Destiny.
Yeah,
Borderlands Destiny.
Right. And there is a cover-based mechanic to it that's reminiscent, that sort of like Gears of War, only in the cover system. There is shooting components, but it is not a true shooter. It's not a third-person shooter like Uncharted or Just Cause or something like that. This is more of an RPG.
It doesn't take away from the shooter aspect
That's
of
right.
it. Because that is the main component of it, is you are shooting.
Right.
And the shooting feels really good in the game.
Yes.
I think so, too.
It does not feel weak or, paper thin. It feels really tight. The guns sound different. You have real tough recoil, but you get mods and equipment to attach to weapons to decrease that recoil and decrease that, or give the gun more stats that can boost you. And
Yes.
that's really cool. So everything's kind of a stat stick that you're attaching to your weapon to augment it how you want it to be. Yeah, it's an attachment, but yeah, this grip I attach to is like, okay, I can do that in Rainbow Six. Yeah, but this one gives me 6% to stability and 14% to
25%.
headshot
The
XP, or something
yeah.
like that. Just stat boosts. So just all these different attachments, and everything goes from white to green to blue to purple to orange and on up. Just like if you play Borderlands, it's the same way. It's a loot game. You go for loot. And actually, the first mission, if you think of this in RPG terms, this is the first mission feels like the first dungeon. That's
Yeah.
that's your first dungeon. And you get your group together and go into the first dungeon. And you can set the difficulty, just like in World of Warcraft, from normal to mythic to heroic, and go in there and fight the mobs to the final boss. And you beat the final boss, you get a piece of gear, but he also drops loot for you, and you can pick that up and take that drops at your level, no matter if you're level 4 or level 8. It will be the level of what you kill him at. So yeah, that's like your first dungeon. You're running around the city, which is gorgeous, doing side quests and all these other missions for people around town. You run across just gangs of people hanging out, and you have to take them out, or maybe you run across somebody's being held ransom or held hostage. You got to get them out of there. A civilian may just walk up and need a can of soda. And you give them a can of soda, you get XP.
Yeah, you get XP, you get drops. There's no telling.
Yeah. So I mean, it's an RPG first, shooter second, but the shooting is not bad. The shooting is really good.
I want to touch on some things that are just so much better than most games I've played, and especially from a group standpoint. We all play most games together, and you can't say enough about how easy it is to get in groups with your friends in this game. I mean, the entire game can be played solo. If you wanted to be playing solo, and each world, each main zone, other than the dark zone, is instanced, but your teammates or your friends, when they pop online in your Ubisoft list, can jump into your game with you at any point in time and port right to you. There's no connection issues. There's no lobbies. There's no
think of
waiting.
Rainbow Six. How bad?
Oh my gosh!
I mean, this is done so well.
Which kills me because it's the same company.
It is. It is. And it's done so well. And then the map layout and the UI, you just have to play the game to explain how great this UI is on this game.
Very simply used.
Yeah.
It's like holographic through everything you do.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it
is.
Even the map, when you bring it as a hologram that goes off on the ground.
And then I'm going to be the first to say that I hate PvP and never play PvP and don't want to ever claim to be a PvP player. But just the fact that when they announced this game and they talked about the setup and how the one zone with the best loot in it's going to be the PvP zone, I initially thought, well, here we go. Here's another game that I'm going to be behind in because I'm no good at PvP and don't really care to get good at PvP. But it's so much different. It's like a PvP zone for people who really don't play or don't want to play PvP, but you can survive and actually move.
You can, to an extent. Yeah, I agree. It is a pure PvP. You will get killed in there.
Absolutely.
But what makes it great is the tension that is built.
Yes.
By having good loot and calling in a chopper.
To get it out.
There is such a tense moment there of a minute and a half waiting for that thing to get there, and everyone's standing around, and you don't know if someone's going to go rogue or not, or if you're holding the point by yourself and somebody might show up. It's a very intense 2 minutes.
and if you've not played the game yet and don't know what we're talking about, when you're in the PvP zone, everyone is flagged PvP. So you can shoot other players. But doing that flags you, in PvP terms, flags you PvP or a rogue agent. Then therefore, everyone on the map, you are known as a rogue agent. You're flagged. You're red. Everyone can kill you if they want to and get rewarded for it. So there is a risk at killing other players because you're going to be, at some point a bounty is going to be put on you or you're going to be known. And the good thing about it is these PvP or snipers or these good PvP players that want to truly PvP, they at least give the non-PvP players an advantage by showing where they are on the map or, letting you know when there's a rogue agent around, which that doesn't mean that somebody not flagged PvP can all of a sudden turn and just cap you that's been running with you the whole time, because we've seen that.
Yep.
We've been standing around people, running with people for a while, and then it comes
That
down to
happened.
time.
Yeah, that happened to us on Saturday. We were running with a group of guys, and we're like, "Hey, these guys are pretty cool," and they helped us defend a base for a while, and then they completely turned on us.
Yeah,
I had a very intense moment the other night. I mean, I can't really tell stories like this in other PvP games, but I was running down the street and there was a group of 4 rogue agents coming at me, and I'm on a street and I can't get off. So I duck behind a car or behind a barrier and just kind of duck down and hide as they come down the street walking slowly past me. It was the most intense moment I had, but they never saw me, and they just walked on down the street. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh, shut up, Dan. Just stay still.
It reminds me of the tension of the tension I felt when we first started playing H1Z1.
Yeah.
On a PvP server. It's like, oh gosh, there's a guy coming. Is he going to shoot me or not? But this is actually done well. The whole rogue agent system is what everybody's wanted H1Z1 to have for a long time, is a way to show players who are actively killing other players, and but that's okay. And the great thing about it is, when I first heard about it, I was like, man, I'm never going in there because I'm gonna get shot over and over. I'm gonna lose all my gear. Even I think it was last week's show or maybe the week before.
Yeah.
We were talking about how you're gonna dump all your stuff in your in
Yeah,
your
that's
bank
what
or
I
whatever.
did. I need my good stuff with me.
Yeah, and then you're going to just go in with like a pistol because you want to lose it. Well, the great thing is you don't lose anything except for the stuff you collect in the PvP zone if you don't extract it. I think that's fantastic because, like you said, that tension is like, oh, like yesterday, or I think it was yesterday. Holy crap! I got a blue gun that's way better than anything I've got. I need an extraction right now because I don't want to lose this. And if you lose it, it's like, oh crap, that really sucks. But you don't really get too upset over it.
Right. You only have up to 6 pieces. Now, like, there are good pieces. You'll find some really great stuff, like the clip I found the other day of 25% increased ammo, plus it had like 6% reload speed. I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome clip. And I lost it in there. And that sucks. It really does suck. Mm-hmm. But, I didn't lose the purple gun that I spent money on and bought.
But it's
myself,
like
now strapped with everything.
And I just keep thinking about H1Z1, how when you die you lose everything. It's like, oh man, I had a crossbow and a recurve bow and an AK, and I had all these materials that I'd farmed for hours, and now it's all gone. The Division, you get awesome stuff. Do you gamble? Oh, I got a really great gun, but that's the only piece I have. Do I gamble on extracting it right now, or do I try to get more stuff and then call in an extraction? Am I going to get jumped while I'm waiting? It is a really fantastic experience, and it seems to be pretty balanced out too. I'm not the greatest PvPer or shooter, and even I killed a few guys when we were getting attacked. So I mean, it's very well balanced. Everybody has a fair chance. If you're careful, especially if you're in a group. I didn't play it solo. I just played it with you guys. But
I think that scared a lot of people from us, which is good because we all put the NP title on the end of our name.
Yeah, we all have NP on the end of our name, so people can tell we're a group, and that ran helps.
Together, single players would not mess with us. They weren't really dealing with us, and they'd run away, or we'd get leechers where just have other guys running with us who were just like, they felt safe with a big group. They were okay, stuff like that. We could trust that. But I think that helps. Being alone out there is a scary situation. I'll tell you that right now. It's creepy, but but we spent half of our time this weekend in the dark zone. That's how much
which is unheard of, at least for me and Opie, because neither one of us are PvPers. That is unheard of because I do not like PvP at all. I never play PvP in WoW. Yeah, I'm just not. I don't care for it.
No battlegrounds for me.
Exactly. And we spent half our time in the freaking PvP zone, and we died, and we got killed by other players, and we lost stuff. But none of it was. Like it all
devastating.
Was just, none of it was devastating. I didn't get upset. There was no feeling of, oh gosh, I just wasted all that time and lost everything. It was just like, oh, let's get back at it and go try to find some more stuff.
Only problem with the Dark Zone was that it's very sparse with NPCs right now. But Ubisoft planned that. They decided they were just going to make it very light in there. They were going to put a lot in there. It's supposed to be a lot more heavy with NPCs in there, which will make it better because that'll make it a lot more fun. There were a few times where we got in where respawns were happening a lot more and we could clear groups quicker, things like that. PvP zone's fine until I think it was Sunday most of the PvP zones were empty due to a couple of glitches and bugs that people were exploiting in this game, which are major bugs that are known about and exploits that were known about, and everybody just blew up on Reddit about all this. And Ubisoft has come back multiple times and even put a statement on their official website, their forum, saying, "We know about the cheating. We have a plan for the cheating. Don't worry about that. We have that under control. We're implementing something. We cannot implement it yet due to the fact we can't tell you what it is. But with Ubisoft's client, everything you change, like an INI file or something like that, when it goes back to the server just lets it go. It just says, okay, whatever. So you can change it to where you have
no
infinite
validation
ammo.
or anything.
Yeah, you have infinite ammo or you have infinite life and you can't die. Those two were cheats, and Ubisoft knows about those and knows how to shut those down. The other one was if you're in a group and you all leave together out of the same point, one might end up invisible. That person would leave the party, and now they're invisible on the map to everyone. You can't see their name. You can't see where they shoot from. You don't know where they are.
Not only are they invisible, but they're invincible too.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that person just goes around and kills everybody on the map. I mean, we were playing in the Dark Speedo. We were there before everybody else got on, and there was nobody there but me and him. And this invisible person that kept chasing us, killing everybody.
Yeah, so it's not a cheat. It's exploiting a glitch. That's what the beta is for, is to find glitches like that. So we kept getting killed by an invisible player. It did ruin my play experience for the Dark Zone for that one particular evening.
Yeah.
So we went out and we teamed up with Opie. He showed us a couple more side missions. We replayed the one main mission on hard difficulty, which the hard scales to you. The normal doesn't, but the hard does.
Yeah.
So we still had fun with it. I read so much stuff about it though. Like so many people, the invisibility glitch, the game is broken. I'm gonna demand. I actually read, I'm going to get a refund. And there's so many people talking about cheaters and hackers and exploits and stuff like that. And to those people who are complaining about that, I want to say, do you not realize there's a whole other part of the game that has nothing to do with PvP? It has nothing to do with cheaters and hackers and all that stuff. You don't have to live in the Dark Zone.
Now,
there's a whole other game out there.
I know, but to play devil's advocate, there are people who just love to play the PvP.
That's fine.
That's why they get this game, is because the Dark Zone is such a different shot of type of PvP that they really dig it. So I can understand why they're upset. But the point is, those streams on the Reddit got knocked way down today by everybody coming back saying, it doesn't matter. They're fixing it. They've said it multiple times. They're taking care of it. Oh, yeah. What about all this other stuff that's awesome?
What about all the other great stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, don't worry about this. It's going to be fixed. They've already said they're going to take care of it.
Well, in closing, I mean, it's just, I don't even think you could say you've scratched the surface of the game.
No.
And they just sniffed this game because there's so much more content. We were looking at the map. We haven't even talked about the stuff that's turned off, the crafting, the perks, the extra abilities.
Yes. Your base acts pretty much like your skill tree.
Yeah.
All the perks, all the mods that you do to abilities as you earn them. And
the skill tree doesn't even look super complicated.
No.
I mean, it's not going to be a super complex tree of you're going to have an Excel spreadsheet to figure out how you're going to play your character.
And right now, I think the max level's 8 you can get to. I think in the game, permanent will be 30.
In the beta, it was 8,
it was 8. And then when the game officially releases, 30 will be the limit. In the Dark Zone, it'll be 122, I think is the limit of the level. But that will increase as DLC falls out. And there'll be free DLC, and there'll be paid for DLC if you got the season pass or if you buy it piece by piece. There's tons to do. Side quests. Tonight, we weren't even doing anything. We're just running around and finding new ways to get around the city. And finding treasure chests and finding bad guys to shoot.
We got up on a rooftop, places I've never been. We were like literally going from rooftop to rooftop.
Parkour.
And then we found an underpass and an overpass that we hadn't been on. And it's just a tiny part of the map that we were in and out of. It was great.
So all in all, I think all of us together give it an extremely high 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, we've all pre-ordered. Now let me put one. The only thing I'm worried about after playing, I was worried about a few things. Those have all been extinguished except for one. The only thing I'm worried about, and I'm probably silly to say this, but I am worried that even though the map is going to open up, the NPC encounters are still going to be as sparse as they are now, and there's not going to be as many missions and side quest stuff. As long as
I don't think so.
So that giant map that we saw that's going to get opened up, as long as that is just chock full of missions and encounters and random NPC stuff and side missions, as long as they just completely fill it up,
So
then it's going to be
I think
perfect.
side missions and the main missions will end once you finish them, but I think every day there'll be encounters in every zone. Then you'll
Yeah.
go back to
I
your
think
board in your base, and you'll be like, "Oh, I got 3 more encounters in this
Like they
district.
do
I
like
gotta go take
dailies
care
or
of."
something like in
there'll
WoW.
be a
That would be kind
storyline.
of like it. There is,
Yeah.
yeah. There are 10.
And
There's 10 main mission storyline pieces in this. 10. That's it. But that's okay if you count them as dungeons. Those are your dungeon runs. So as you're level 30, you're doing these 10 missions. You have all your side quests, which we did probably 4 or 5 in the first zone here. You have encounters, which there was 4 or 5 of those, maybe 6 or 7, because you can go back and get more. There was all kinds of spots you need to go around and find the comms that show the events happening.
right.
And you get XP for
And
that.
don't forget like Red Dead Redemption, just the random
There's
stuff.
random stuff that just happens, like a random hostage taking or a gang out in the street or up on a rooftop or something.
Harassing someone, or
Right.
yeah.
Like we ran into a boss tonight. Me and Opie fought a guy named 5-0 and killed him. He actually killed me, and then Opie came into my game. We went and killed him.
Oh, nice.
He was in an alleyway with a bunch of thugs. Then there is the going around and find all the tech, all the pieces to work with your crafting. They're all in buildings all over the place, which opens up new stuff as you go to that. And that's all in one district that we've hit, and that's not including the dark zone, and it's not including sitting there and crafting, going through your guns, modding everything, working your skill tree, everything else. That's a lot of content. For one district so far, and there's more that's coming with 5 more other districts, and that's just probably for the first 4 or 5 months, if it goes that long, before they drop the first DLC.
Yeah, this game is perfect for DLC, and there's a lot of debate about whether DLC is a good thing or whether they should just put it all in the game up front, or well, they're releasing an unfinished game and they just finish it up later with DLC they make you pay for. This game seems like it's the perfect game for DLC because it's going to be plenty big.
Yeah.
You're going to get your money's worth out of the first part of the game, and then they're going to just keep adding more to it. So this is perfect for DLC, just to keep adding missions and zones.
We don't
and
even know what the
weapons
in-game
and-
content is and what raids
Right.
they'll be. Maybe it'll be an 8-player raid, or things like that we got to be strapped for. Or I don't know. There's just all kinds of cool stuff they can do, and
I don't know.
it'll keep increasing as it goes. Yeah, this game, it's a finished game, but DLC drops. It's the games that don't feel finished that when they start dropping DLC. Like Borderlands was a finished game, and DLC is all completely different from what the original was. So I don't know. This DLC works for this. This will be good. I bought the season pass for it. So
Yeah, I haven't yet, but I'm gonna buy the season pass once the paid DLC starts dropping, so I can just have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all love it. Tim loves it. James loves it. Dave loves it. The entire Nerdpunch crew loves it. We all we give it our official stamp of approval.
I think the one comment from James you can say is James had been knocking it for a while, and
Yeah,
then
he had.
the Friday it came out, all I saw on the chat was, "All right, you guys got me. This is a really good game." And all night long playing with him, he's just looking around, he's like, "Look at the lighting! Oh my gosh! Look at the flapping of the tarps on the walls!
Look at
Oh
the
my
snow.
God, look at it
Ooh,
fall!"
that's one thing I wanted to mention super quick is the weather is really good.
Yes.
There was one night, I want to say it was the first night or maybe it was Saturday night that we were playing, and we got in a fight with some NPCs out. I want to say it was in the dark zone.
Yeah,
And
it was
there was
night
a
and
snowstorm
snowing.
that came in, and
Yeah.
I was in a place where I was under a light, and I literally couldn't see the NPC in front of me, and I was just shooting wherever because the light was shining through the snow, and it was all just white.
Yeah,
and for
you
a
had
half
to
second,
scan to see.
yeah. And for
The
a half
only
second,
thing-
I was like, "Man, this is kind of annoying because I can't see." And I was like, "Wait a second, this is exactly what it looks like if there's a snowstorm and
Right.
you shine
In a
light on
street
it, you
fight.
can't see through it."
Yep.
And that's exactly how it was. And then as soon as I realized that, I was like, "This is very realistic because I can't see what I'm doing, and I'm not supposed to be able to see what I'm doing in this particular environment."
Right.
And the only thing is, I try to shoot the light. I always try to shoot the lights out. And they just always come back on. That's a little bit weird. I mean, they
Yeah.
should stay off.
I think what got me was that, so the lights don't work, but my muzzle going red from continuous fire and watching the red glow dim back on the muzzle, and you're just like, really? Somebody coded that.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that they took the time to code that on there. Or the flapping of the tarps on the buildings is pretty amazing looking. It's really realistic. It looks great.
It
It is beautiful. Prettiest game I've
has
seen.
met all of
Shoot
our
dog
expectations.
poop and dog
Dog,
poop.
walking down the street, the dog's taking a crap. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. So that's all of our coverage for the special edition episode, I guess, about the division. Real quick before we go, so one of the things you mentioned, Dan, was that there might be an open beta coming the 16th through the 21st of February, which is really good because if that's true, then we will be playing this on our Extra Life 24-hour live stream.
Oh, that would be awesome.
On Saturday, February 20th, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, we will be live streaming, playing video games for 24 hours, benefiting Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Come by, donate, have fun, watch us, give what you can. We're going to have... is it official now that we'll have enough for... Is it official that we'll have enough for a giveaway an hour?
Oh, yeah, we got enough for a gift, dude. We got enough to give like two away
an hour. So
we're not going to do that. We may give somebody 3 games in 1 hour. I don't even know. It's going to get crazy.
We may go to Home Depot. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know.
I don't know how much time we'll have.
But, if you just donate even a little bit, and you'll be entered to win a giveaway every hour. It's going to be fantastic. So that is Saturday, February 20th. 9 a.m. Eastern until Sunday, February 21st at 9 a.m. Eastern. We will be gaming and live streaming that entire time. Come help us out. So, with that said, we're going to go. But you can check us out if you want to see what we're doing. You can check us out on youtube.com/nerdpunch, twitter.com/nerdpunch, facebook.com/nerdpunch, twitch.tv/nerdpunch, and nerdpunch.com, where we post other cool stuff we find out on we read about online. You can contact us at nerdpunch@gmail.com. If you want to tell us how awesome you think the division is, go for it.
Yes.
But that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. We're going to go play some more division because this is the last night that the beta is open until next month. Hopefully
the 16th and the 21st if we're lucky.
Crossing our fingers.
Next Monday we will not be here.
No show next Monday. That is February the 8th because we will be coming back from HooperCon. Which we're all really excited about. So no show next week, but we're probably going to have some other video content from the weekend that we'll post at some point. So
it's video content.
So that's it, guys. We're going to go play the division. We'll talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.